Welcome everybody to the 12th Man FC. My name is Edwin Rosales Martinez. We had a huge round of fixtures in the Champions League this week. Now we look forward to a big weekend in the Premier League. As always, let's get right into it. So my question is, are Liverpool finally back after their 5-1 thrashing at Frankfurt in the Champions League yesterday? My answer, no, they are not. They are not back. I feel like they still have a good amount of things that they need to work on in order for them to feel like they could be at their absolute best right now. And although the fully deserved win yesterday, don't get me wrong, 5-1, this is against a Frankfurt side that has been conceding a lot of goals this season. They've conceded 29 goals across 10 matches in all competitions this season so far. So I was expecting a very high scoring match. Also, Liverpool kind of didn't really switch it on until they were behind 1-0 to get the equalizer and then go on to get that 5-1 result. Ekitike with a lovely goal as well to tie things up for Liverpool as well. So yeah, let's get straight into Liverpool right now. I think for all the good things, there are obviously some negative things that you could take away from the match as well. So let's start off with the good, which is Ekitike. Like I said, he's just in outstanding form right now. He's performing so well. He is such an important player for them going forward. Zoboslai as well, playing as a deeper line playmaker in the midfield as opposed to being played out of position, which he has been throughout the season so far, but he's playing in his more natural position, which I think suits him really best. What else? Konate, Van Dijk getting back onto the score sheet as well after from two very powerful and towering headers from corners. I think was really good too. Florian Wirtz getting 2 assists as well. I'm sure would do him loads of confidence, considering the fact that he hasn't really been performing to the standard that everyone thought that he would be performing at, which in my opinion is pretty unfair from all the fans and pundits and everything like that. I do think that he does need a lot more time to kind of like adjust to everything. It's a completely new environment and league and everything, a new country as well. So I feel like that's just going to take time. And he himself has publicly admitted that it's taken longer for him to adapt than he was expecting to or was hoping for. So, he's trying. He is still a dangerous player. He is still creating chances and everything. He's putting Liverpool in good areas and everything. So him getting on the assist sheet twice, I'm sure is phenomenal for him. But then with the bad stuff, like I said, it took Liverpool going down to kind of like start getting into the match and everything. And then, no Mohamed Salah as well, which is something that, might kind of make you think, is that the way moving forward, and everything with him not really being there. We all know that Mohamed Salah hasn't really been producing to the level that we expect him to produce, or that we're used to seeing him compete at and everything. And it's like, what's the fix there? This was also, to my knowledge, or the first time I saw as well, Ekitike and Isak playing together. And I don't really think that it worked out all that well because of the fact that Isak had a very quiet match as well. He wasn't making any chances. He wasn't really in dangerous areas. From what I saw, he only had like one clear cut chance and he didn't really put it away. And so that as well kind of makes you beg the question, like, with the form that Ekitike's in, and I think that he is a much more dangerous player than Isak right now, currently. What was the point of spending all that money on Isak, who is basically playing catch up because of the fact that he boycotted Newcastle throughout the entirety of the summer? So he didn't have a preseason. He didn't train with the club. He didn't play any friendlies. None of that. He lost his match sharpness coming into the season, and match fitness as well. Whether he was, doing work on his own with like a personal trainer or something on the side while he was boycotting, that's one thing, but it's not the same. Ekitike's been with Liverpool since the summer. He's had a preseason with them. He's built the rapport with the team members and the coaching staff and everything to kind of understand the vision that Arne Slot has in his playing philosophy and everything. And you can see it paying off. Obviously, Ekitike's had an amazing start to the season, scoring a lot of goals, being a very attacking, very much attacking threat as well going forward for Liverpool. So the fact that his playing time has to come at the expense of Alexander Isak because of the price tag that Isak had, is just like, because then you also look at the issues that Liverpool are having in defense and also in the middle of the park. They could have used that, what, 130 million pounds to get some, to bolster the defense or bolster the midfield, something to kind of like plug up those weak spots in the team. And instead it went towards one striker who has to play catch up basically and isn't really hitting the mark like he should be given the price tag as well. So yeah, I feel like there's still, Liverpool still have a lot of room to improve. Yes, the 5-1 win could definitely make them build some momentum, and they could ride off of that for sure. But these next 2.5, 3 weeks in the league for Liverpool, City, and Arsenal are so crucial. If you compare each of these three teams' next run of fixtures and compare them side to side with each other, like it's so hard to pick out who has it more difficult. Like these three teams have such an important next 2.5 to 3 weeks before the next international break. So let's look over it. All right, so Liverpool's next three matches before the international break. They're away to Brentford on Saturday. Then they've got Villa at home on the 1st of November. Then they have City away on the 9th of November. But in between Villa and City, they have Madrid in the Champions League, which is a match that you would assume Liverpool would take seriously and would kind of like go all guns ho, right? Maybe not all guns ho, but they'll play a majority of their starting 11 in that match, obviously, because it's the Champions League. It's a big match. Then and also Villa also that is a tough team as well. Villa do have City before they have Liverpool, so I guess depending on how Villa do there can really kind of like dictate what you would expect from that match. But then Arsenal, they're home to Palace on Sunday, then they're away. They have to travel across the country away to Burnley on the 1st of November. Then they have to travel all the way to Slavia Praha just a few days after that for a Champions League match, and then they're away to Sunderland on the 8th of November. That is a lot of traveling in the span of 7 days between Burnley and Sunderland because of the fact that they're away. So that makes it really tough. That's an aspect that I feel like a lot of us don't really like look into when it comes to like team performance and fatigueness and everything. All that traveling for a team that's top of the league as well, and it's a very tight title race as of right now. Then we're moving on to City. They're away to Villa on Sunday, home to Bournemouth on the 2nd of November. Bournemouth, a team that is in amazing form right now. They're in the top four, playing beautiful football. They're over. They're playing like they're playing better than a lot of people expected that they would. So that's going to be a tough match. And then they're home to Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League, 3 days after that match, and then home to Liverpool, which is a huge match. I feel like I've been the past like week or so, I've been looking at that Liverpool City match, and I've been looking at it as whoever comes out victorious of that match, that team is going to be the one to challenge to challenge Arsenal. To challenge Arsenal for the title this season. So yeah, it's those next 3 weeks for each of these teams. It's so hard to choose which one has the easiest 3 weeks next. I don't know. It's so hard to tell. Obviously, on paper, Arsenal, I feel like probably have the easier run of rounds. But the fact that they're traveling, they have 3 away matches in a row in all competitions before the next international break. That is a lot. That is going to be very taxing on these players. So I feel like for that reason, like it's so hard to choose which one has it easier. But yeah, like I said, next 2.5, 3 weeks is going to be super important and very crucial. All 3 of these teams need to maximize as many points as possible from these next 3 league matches. And look, if I could see City capitalizing the most. So and I'm yes, I'm a City fan, so there is bias towards that. But I think if City could really, get two wins and a draw come the next international break, I could see us being first place. I could see Arsenal dropping points to Palace. I could see Arsenal also dropping points to Sunderland. And Burnley also isn't an easy place to go to. Turf Moor is a very difficult place for all teams in the Premier League to go and try to get a result from. Yes, I see them getting the result anyway. But the fact that they have to travel to Slavia Praha in the Champions League a few days after that, and then go away to Sunderland as well, just 4 days after that Champions League match, I could see them dropping points to Sunderland 100%. And then with Liverpool, I going away to the G Tech, that's going to be tough, and I could definitely see player fatigue after for the City match after the Real Madrid match. So I definitely think that City could come out of these next 3 weeks on top. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Get your comments in there. Hit that notification bell, subscribe, everything. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'll see you guys on the next one. Oh, I'm also dropping a EAFC 26 career mode video on my gaming channel later on today, so make sure you check that out. The channel for that one is featured on this channel's profile, so make sure you tune in later on tonight. That should be uploaded for sure. So yeah, I'll see you guys later.